Two of history's most dangerous minds believed in completely different paths to power. One ruled through inner control. The other mastered external control. Marcus Aurelius believed peace begins within. Machiavelli believed survival depends on understanding power. One taught discipline over emotion. The other taught strategy over morality. But here's the real question. In today's world, which philosophy actually wins? The calm, stoic emperor? Or the ruthless political strategist? Because one teaches you how to master yourself. The other teaches you how the world truly works. And when these two philosophies collide, you discover a brutal truth about human nature most people are too afraid to admit. Part 1. Two men, two kingdoms. Marcus Aurelius and Machiavelli were separated by over 1,000 years, yet both became symbols of power in completely different ways. Marcus Aurelius ruled Rome during chaos, war, plague, and political instability. But instead of becoming consumed by fear or ego, he turned inward. Through Stoicism, he believed true strength came from controlling the mind rather than controlling other people. He taught that emotions should never dominate reason, and that peace comes from accepting what cannot be controlled. His philosophy focused on discipline, patience, restraint, and internal mastery. Machiavelli viewed the world differently. Living during political corruption and betrayal in Renaissance Italy, he saw power as a brutal game, ruled by manipulation, strategy, fear, and human ambition. He believed morality alone could not protect leaders because people are unpredictable, selfish, and easily influenced. Where Marcus Aurelius searched for inner peace, Machiavelli studied external survival. One tried to master the self, the other tried to master reality, and together they represent two completely different ways of approaching life, leadership, and power. Part 2. Marcus Aurelius. Master yourself. Marcus Aurelius believed the greatest victory a man can achieve is victory over his own mind. According to Stoicism, suffering is often created not by events themselves, but by how people react to them. Anger, fear, jealousy, and emotional instability weaken judgment and destroy clarity. Marcus understood that a man ruled by emotion becomes vulnerable to manipulation because external circumstances begin controlling his internal state. That is why Stoicism teaches emotional discipline above all else. A Stoic trains himself to remain calm under pressure, focused during chaos, and disciplined during suffering. Marcus Aurelius did not believe happiness came from wealth, status, or public approval. He believed peace came from self-control. Even while ruling the largest empire on earth, he constantly reminded himself that power, fame, and life itself were temporary. Part 3. Machiavelli. Master the game. Machiavelli would likely respect Stoicism, but he would also consider it incomplete. He believed inner peace means little if you fail to survive in a world filled with deception, ambition, and power struggles. While Marcus Aurelius focused on controlling emotions, Machiavelli focused on understanding people. He studied rulers, wars, betrayal, manipulation, and political survival because he believed human beings are driven more by self-interest than morality. According to Machiavelli, the world does not reward innocence. It rewards intelligence, decisiveness, strategy, and strength. He famously argued that it is safer for a ruler to be feared than loved if he cannot be both. Not because cruelty is noble, but because fear creates control while love is unstable. People change loyalties quickly when circumstances shift. Part 4. Peace versus power. At first glance, Marcus Aurelius and Machiavelli seem completely opposed. One values virtue, while the other values strategy. One seeks peace, while the other studies power. But the deeper truth is more complicated. Peace without strength becomes vulnerability. Power without self-control becomes destruction. Marcus Aurelius teaches people how to remain calm when life becomes difficult, but Machiavelli teaches them how to recognize manipulation, ambition, and hidden power dynamics around them. One protects the inner world, the other protects survival in the outer world. A purely Stoic person may remain calm, but they risk becoming naive in ruthless environments. A purely Machiavellian person may achieve power, but without internal discipline, they eventually become consumed by paranoia, ego, or fear. And perhaps true wisdom requires understanding both. Part 5. The modern world rewards both. Modern life is filled with distractions, manipulation, emotional pressure, competition, and constant psychological warfare. Social media rewards emotional reactions. Businesses reward strategic thinking. Politics rewards perception. Relationships require emotional control. Every area of life contains both Stoic and Machiavellian elements. An athlete training alone at 5 a.m. reflects Stoicism through discipline and self-control. But a CEO negotiating billion-dollar deals reflects Machiavellian strategy through understanding leverage, perception, and influence. A military commander needs both: emotional stability under pressure and strategic intelligence during conflict. The most dangerous individuals often combine both qualities: calm under pressure, strategic in action, emotionally disciplined, yet fully aware of how power operates in the real world. Part 6. Who was right? The truth is, neither philosophy fully defeats the other, because both reveal important truths about life. Marcus Aurelius understood that without self-control, power becomes meaningless, because emotional weakness destroys judgment. Machiavelli understood that without strategic awareness, morality alone cannot protect you from manipulation or defeat. One teaches you how to govern yourself. The other teaches you how the world is governed. Marcus Aurelius asks you to rise above emotion. Machiavelli asks you to understand ambition. And perhaps the strongest people are not fully Stoic or fully Machiavellian. Perhaps they combine inner peace with external intelligence, calmness with strategy, discipline with awareness, virtue with strength. Because peace without power is fragile, and power without peace is empty. Marcus Aurelius wanted men to conquer themselves. Machiavelli wanted men to survive reality. One philosophy protects the soul, the other protects survival. And in today's world, you may need both. You need the Stoic calm to remain unshaken during chaos. But you also need the strategic awareness to recognize manipulation, ambition, and power when it appears in front of you. Because life is not purely peaceful, and it is not purely ruthless either. It is both. And the people who master both worlds become impossible to control. If you want more videos about power, discipline, Stoicism, and Machiavelli's harsh truths, watch the next video on your screen now, because understanding human nature is the beginning of real power.